Chapter 53, Waltz of the Puppets.
Across the river, Scotty and Lucas have reconvened at Scotty's house, after leaving Sam duct taped to the wall. Scotty leads Lucas to his parents' bedroom, where he has prepped his victims for a wondrous night of torture. He has dressed Frank and Mary Jo with matching barbed wire mummy suit pants that wrap evenly from their ankles to their bulging beer bellies. In addition, they wear razor wire necklaces and bracelets offering a slice of flair to their most fashionable arrangement. Scotty has meticulously picked out gleaming ball gags for his victims, a blinding pink one for his homophobe father Frank, and a glowing chartreuse for his mother, Mary Jo. These accoutrements promise Scotty and Lucas unequitable assurance that their chosen models will endure glorious agony. Every good sadist knows that a wondrous night of torture needs a little entertainment. For that reason, Scotty and Lucas have handpicked two, roughly 2-pound catfish for their upcoming puppet show. Their puppets enjoy a cool swim in the Thomas's bathtub while waiting to take the stage. Puppet Master Scotty plays Puppet Sting, while Puppet Master Lucas is Ray. Sting and Ray slowly rise over the foot of Frank and Mary Jo's bed. Sting opens the show.
Well, look who it is. If it ain't Fuck and Fucker.
Sting and Ray stand on their tails and glide slowly across Frank and Mary Jo's bodies as if they're walking. Sting stops, looking for someone.
Holly, Scotty, I know you're here. Get your asses over here. Give me a 5.
Sting and Ray high-five with their pectoral fins. Their tails give Frank and Mary Jo a tickle, making them twitch. The two victims quickly recognize that any movement causes painful pricks from the barbed wire mummy pants. Ray is eager to get in on the action.
There's nothing I'd rather do, and I mean nothing, than fillet me some blue cats right now.
Ray comes face to face with Frank.
Well, here we are, bitch. Looks to me like we're the only ones gonna slice and dice around here. Hey, let's go humaning, yeah? Let's catch us some dumbasses. I brought poles.
I've always wanted to go humaning with a friend like you. If we're lucky, maybe we'll catch us a big-mouth bastard or a cocksucker.
Scotty and Lucas place Sting and Ray back into their icy bathtub, keeping the stars of the show fresh. They grab 2 fishing poles that Scotty stashed beforehand. Treble hooks made for snagging are tied on the end of each line. They dangle the razor-sharp hooks above Frank and Mary Jo's eyes.
Here, fishy fish, fish. Here, fishy fish, fish.
Let's try snagging one, Scotty.
Okay, Luke.
The boys sway the hooks around their victims' faces. Scotty snares the inside of Frank's nostril.
Well, I think I've got one.
Lucas snags Mary Jo's jaw and yells like a 10-year-old catching his first fish.
I too!
The boys pull hard on their poles, setting the hooks deep into their victim's flesh. Frank quickly discovers that any movement of his head results in painful slices to his neck from the razor wire necklace. Turning the handles aggressively, the boys fight to land their catch. The reels zing as they continue cranking. They viciously jerk the poles until the hooks swing free, tearing flesh from their human prey.
Aw, mine got away, Lukey.
Mine too, Scotty.
Scotty takes hold of the bloody treble hook, examining the flesh that remains on the nifty torture device.
Let's cast back out. This time let's go deep. Real deep.
The two buddies hold their poles outward, waiting for a bite.
What are we fishing for, old chap?
Unholy mackerels. I've heard this lake's full of devilfish.
Scotty runs his hook through the head of Frank's penis, as if it were a nightcrawler.
I believe I've hooked a Prince Albert fish. I made a humorous.
Frank's pain sends a jolt into Lucas's groin, causing him to grab his own privates. He glances at Mary Jo's disgustingly unkempt vagina and hesitates, not wanting to touch it. Begrudgingly, he threads the hook through Mary Jo's hood.
Fish on! I'm sure it's a Cleopatra.
Scotty and Lucas jerk their poles hard until the hooks tear through their victims' genitals. The boys continue hooking Frank and Mary Jo until they tire, leaving them dozens of agonizingly painful lacerations. Sting and Ray stroll into Frank and Mary Jo's view. They are toting sharpened fillet knives in their fins. Mockingly, they wiggle the sharp objects in Frank and Mary Jo's tormented faces.
Never flayed me a dumbass before.
With a hard grunt, Sting stabs Frank's leg while Ray plunges his blade deep into Mary Jo's shoulder. Mary Jo attempts an escape, but the razor wire slices her, squirting tiny spurts of blood onto Frank's face and body. Sting and Ray do a chest bump and mock their victims.
Blah, blah. Come on, Frank. I'm sick. Let's go. Blah, blah. I think I've had too much to drink.
Fuck all you summer beaches. Fucking traitors. Hey, before we kill these sorry specimens, you wanna dance?
But of course.
Well, you put your right fin in, you take your right fin out.
You put your left fin in, then you stop until they shout. That's what it's all about.
The fish take a bow. Scotty shines his smiling face over Frank, reminding him of his missing front tooth.
Difficult to sing without my tooth. You try it.
Scotty pulls out a ball-peen hammer and painstakingly beats Frank's teeth out. Frank gums his pretty pink ball. Scotty is pleased with his dental work and flips the hammer to the floor, dusting his hands for a job well done.
We better get moving now. We've got bigger humans to fry.
Scotty is done playing.
You killed my sister, you sick fucks.
Viciously and repeatedly, Scotty and Lucas stab Frank and Mary Jo with the fish's pectoral fins. And if you've never been stung by a catfish, you should know their poisonous fins are often compared to the sting of a scorpion. Frank and Mary Jo beg for death. Scotty and Lucas make one last stab with the fish, leaving their fins buried deep into Frank and Mary Jo's chests. Scotty and Lucas make the joint, unemotional decision to allow the poison to pass through their victims' systems, torturing them with maximum effect. Scotty makes his way to the phonograph sitting on an old oak dresser. He motions for Lucas to join him. The dresser's mirror reflects the bloodstains covering Scotty's once dazzling white shirt. The two make eye contact in the dirty mirror. Scotty lifts an old 78 from the record player's turntable to his lips. He turns and blows the thick film of dust from the collectible towards his suffering, evil parents. He proudly announces the record's title for all to hear.
Waltz of the Puppets. Perfect.
The needle lands carefully onto the scratched disc.
May I have this dance, darling?
I'm sincerely honored and delighted, my forever precious mate.
Scotty offers his bloody hand. Lucas gently takes hold. They softly grasp and stretch forth their arms as they properly place their free hands on one another's waists. They dance gleefully, gliding softly to the incredible sound of an orchestra, as though no one else were present in the room. Scotty and Lucas have lived only a few homes apart their entire lives. And although they go to the same school and are captains and stars for the 7 Mile River Rats football team, they have only recently begun exploring their feelings for each other. Scotty knows that Frank, being a homophobe, is devastated watching his son dance with another boy. Frank once caught Scotty peering at Lucas through a slightly cracked curtain, and Scotty sees this as a way to get revenge for all the homophobic badgering he's had to endure because of it. For a fleeting moment, Mary Jo is proud of her son's enchanting encounter. Scotty and Lucas bond and come to appreciate that they are made for more than murder. They find they are made for one another. After their extraordinary dance performance, Scotty and Lucas tenderly embrace before concluding with their last scene. Scotty gracefully whisks himself from Lucas. He places the fillet knife's handle to his mouth, pretending it's a microphone, and speaks to his suffering parents as if they are part of a large crowd and he is the announcer.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the push of the puppet show, the pinnacle of climaxes, a performance of perfect preparation. Ladies and gentlemen, we are your infectious disease. We proudly present to you the filleting of my devil parents.
Scotty and Lucas sink the knives to their handles, penetrating Frank and Mary Jo's abdomens. They slice back and forth to the rib cage. Blood floods the bed frame as Fuck and Fucker enter shock. The boys stare at the death they've committed, showing no regrets as they watch the blood regurgitate from their victims' mouths. They dip their hands inside the carved carcasses, bathing their arms in the guts of the egomaniacal demons. The boys' insanity intensifies as they bask in the odors steaming from the mutilated bodies. They remove the innards of their despised abusers and place them onto their chests. Scotty and Lucas stare contently at their gross accomplishment before returning to their senses. It's time for Lucas to check on Sam.
I need to go. God's probably awake enough for what he has coming.
Thank you for your help. I might make an excellent assistant host if you desire.
Taping my old man to the paneling was good enough, my friend. Tippy Toes and I fantasized about killing that puddle of scum for our entire lives. Thanks anyhow. I'll meet you at the march.
Lucas makes an advance, kissing Scotty on the lips. Scotty approves with an embrace, making the kiss linger. Scotty lifts Lucas's scarred hand, softly massaging it before gently touching it to his lips.
Never again, my friend.
Lucas holds Scotty one last time and heads home to deal with his next victim. He shamelessly leaves his hands and body covered with dried blood, enjoying the pleasant reminder of his and Scotty's newfound love.